Welcome everyone to today's webinar, What is Osteoarthritis and How can a Naturopath Help Support Joint Health? This webinar will be presented by Jo Clarke, who's a naturopath at Blackmores NZ. Jo has a Bachelor of Naturopathy, a Diploma in Nutrition and a Diploma in Herbal Medicine. I'm Joanne, I work at Arthritis New Zealand. And if you have any questions during this webinar, please look for the Q&A box, type them in there and Jo will answer them at the end. Over to you, Jo.
Thank you very much, Joanne, and thank you very much for everyone joining us today. So I'll be taking you through the second webinar in the series for Blackmores New Zealand. Please note this information is intended for general information only. Please see your healthcare practitioner for individualised recommendations, especially if you're taking any medication, as there can be some interactions with some supplements. And we also have some upcoming webinars. So next month will be on nutrition on the 15th of April at 12 p.m. And the following month in May will be on autoimmune conditions on the 20th of May. So what is osteoarthritis? It is the most common form of arthritis and is the leading cause of a disability worldwide. It affects 1 in 10 New Zealanders. So if anything, realise that you are not alone. So it's a condition caused by excessive wear and tear of the cartilage. It usually develops over time in weight-bearing joints such as knees, hips, spine, feet, and also can occur in the hands. Conventional treatment focuses on relieving pain, reducing symptoms, and possibly surgery. X-rays can help determine the extent, but is not always a determinant of what pain may be suffered. So inflammation is also an important factor in the development and the progression of osteoarthritis. Pain can occur when inflammatory agents are released into the joint and contribute to the degeneration of cartilage. So in this little diagram, you can see the Th1 is pro-inflammatory cytokines and the Th2 can be anti-inflammatory cytokines. This is a larger picture, which is the pathophysiology of osteoarthritis. And so you can see, if anything, there's a lot going on in the joint. But the good news is these pathways can be influenced by diet, supplemental support, plus lifestyle. So pain can occur, of course, in the knees, the hips, and the hands. There can be some tenderness as signs and symptoms of osteoarthritis. There can be limitation of movement. Joints can feel stiff in the morning and can be eased by gentle movement. Can also be worse in the evening due to aggravation throughout the day, which is relieved by rest. So if anything, you've got to listen to your body, and if you think that you can be relieved by more exercise, then that's good. But if you feel like you need a rest, if it's aggravating your pain, then always listen to your body and rest. You can also get swelling and joint popping sounds with osteo. Risk factors of osteoarthritis include extra body weight, which can put added stress on the hips and the knees, and joint injury as well from accidents or sports that can damage the cartilage. Further risk factors are likelihood increases with age, so over 45, more common in women, so gender factors. Genetics can be a factor, also bone deformities or defective cartilage from birth. Other conditions can be associated like diabetes, gout, rheumatoid arthritis. So often there can be a cluster of inflammatory factors going on, and also oxidation. So how can a naturopath help support your joint health? So as I discussed in the last webinar, naturopaths look more at the underlying imbalances in the body rather than diseases. It's important to identify causes or triggers on a case-by-case basis. So for one person, certain factors may aggravate pain, for example, the nightshade family, like tomatoes and potatoes, but in other people, this might not be a factor. And although knowing the type of arthritis can determine what is happening in the body and help with naturopathic recommendations, because it allows us to know the pathways in which we're working on. So naturopaths work with helping the joints to stay supple and healthy. They help to enhance repair processes of connective tissue to improve mobility. So for example, vitamin C helps all the connective tissues, reduce toxicity, inflammation, oxidation, acidity in the diet. So by increasing alkaline fruits and vegetables, that can shift the balance from too much acid, which can create pain and inflammation, to making the balance more alkaline, which can help reduce pain. Supporting gut health, which can impact on joints, and also enhancing the quality of life and good mood, because we look at the whole person, not just what's happening in the joints. So naturopaths can work with a healthy diet, and please don't underestimate the importance of this. Lifestyle recommendations, so gentle exercise, stretching, yoga can all be helpful to increase mobility. Supplemental support like vitamins, minerals, herbal medicine and other compounds. Stress and sleep support like massage, meditation, nutrients, herbal medicine and creams that you can apply directly on the joints. So it's all about shifting the balance. So don't feel like you have to do everything that I'm going to talk about all at once. Even if you do one thing, then even one thing can be enough to really help you notice the difference. And a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. So even, as I said, doing one thing can really help, and then doing another thing like the next day or even the next week. And it's what you do 80% of the time that impacts on health. So there's always that 20% window of naughtiness, as I call it. So the Mediterranean diet has got the most research behind supporting those with osteoarthritis. It's rich in antioxidants and anti-inflammatory support. It also helps to support the synovial fluid in the joints, especially with the omega-3s. It provides good quality anti-inflammatory protein to help support joint structure. So with meat, of course, you get protein to help with the structure, but they can be pro-inflammatory, so they can create more pain, whereas sort of oily fish is more anti-inflammatory, but it also provides protein. Also, there's protein in fruits and vegetables, and also a combination of vegetarian like beans and rice. Fruit and vegetables is very important. Oily fish, olive oil, olives, gluten-free whole grains like brown rice, quinoa, basmati, wild rice can help with your complex carbohydrates as well as protein combinations, and beans, nuts and seeds. Enjoying a small amounts of red wine with meals can help your stomach acid, but of course not too much, because that's going to create inflammation and pain if there's a large quantity consumed. Limit meat and dairy, and sharing meals with family and friends is important for that holistic company and well-being. And the small changes add up to big results over time. Other nutritional tips to support joint health is raw juices. And these will help to make you enable you to see results faster. So shift the balance from too much acid and inflammation to more alkaline and anti-inflammatory. So raw juice idea is celery, carrots, apple, beetroot and ginger. And a smoothie idea can help fill you up and help reduce the need for other processed foods that can increase pain. For example, 1 banana, half a cup of blueberries, teaspoon of nut butter, almond or other non-dairy milk, handful of spinach to get your greens in easily, and pea protein for just adding some protein. This can help shift the balance quickly to reduce inflammation and acidity in the tissues, eliminate toxins, support gut health, and to reduce pain. Also helps with constipation as well, if that's a factor. Also, so soups and vegetables can help. So half a plate of veggies, especially non-starch, with lunch and dinner. Greens, especially rocket salad, helps to change your taste buds to help reduce sugar cravings and also supports the liver. Drink plenty of water, 8 glasses a day, coconut water and herbal tea. Minimize fizzy drinks, tea, coffee and alcohol, and check food allergies and nightshade family aren't any triggers. So if so, avoid these. And the nightshade family can include tomatoes, aubergines, capsicum, potatoes. Gentle exercise and movement is very important to dislodge any toxins and to help mobility, as long as it's gentle and preferably not weight bearing. So swimming, tai chi, exercise bikes, stretching also helps to reduce muscle tension around the joints, which reduces compression. It also helps improve your circulation, mobility, weight management, and mood. Even with bouncing on a trampoline, even sitting down has been shown to really help reduce those toxic loads and help circulation. So this is a supplemental support page. So these supplements are more for the structure and lubrication of the joint, and they're the longer term support supplements. So with glucosamine, it's best to take for 4 to 8 weeks up to 6 months for the best results as shown in studies. So glucosamine sulfate is scientifically studied, and at a dose of 1,500 milligrams a day, it's shown to reduce inflammation and helps with the structure and with the building blocks of cartilage. And that's what we naturally produce in our body, but it declines with age. Also, the minerals manganese and boron are shown to support joint and bone health. And it's from a shellfish source, but there's also vegan options available for those that are allergic to shellfish. And this is in the form of glucosagreen. Also, chondroitin is another nutrient from a bovine source, and that osmotically draws water and nutrients into the cartilage and supports shock absorbing properties of the cartilage. So these are often used together, but they can be used individually as well. And MSM is a mineral from sulfur, and this helps with reducing inflammation, supports cartilage health. And for those that are on any blood thinners, it doesn't have any blood thinning activity. So this may be one of the ones you can take if you're on blood thinners. For anti-inflammatory support, which will work sooner to reduce pain, are fish oils. So fish oils are an essential for fatty acid that if we don't have enough in the diet, then we don't get that essential fatty acid, which helps with keeping the inflammatory balance down. And it also helps to reduce pain. And so you don't have to take a lot of capsules. There's also triple strength capsules and mini capsules if you have any trouble swallowing. There's vegan options of essential fatty acids such as flax oil and evening primrose as well. So you still get the anti-inflammatory support. But if you can't have fish or you're allergic, then you've got other options. Turmeric is also a great anti-inflammatory herb. The active part of turmeric is a curcumin, and that's what all the scientific studies are around to help reduce inflammation. Because turmeric is not very absorbable when taken off the shelf, but if it's in a form such as longvita or theracumin, then this helps with absorption due to that being bound to fat or having nanoparticles that are really tiny that they get in the cell faster. And these work on the same pathways as pain medication, and they're very anti-inflammatory. And also if there's swelling and fluid buildup or gout associated, then celery seed can really help at 3 to 6 grams with that. Also, vitamin D is really important. It's the sunshine vitamin, and this helps to modulate inflammation as well as being necessary for healthy bones and good mood. And low levels are associated with osteoarthritis progression, cartilage loss, and more pain in the knee, as shown in the clinical trials. And between 1,000 to 5,000 international units per day is a good safe dose in general, but you may need more as the doctor, you talk to your doctor. Antioxidant formulas are very important because they help to reduce the oxidative stress associated with osteoarthritis, and they help to reduce the excessive bone and chewing enzyme action, so helping to keep the cells really, really healthy. Fruit and vegetables also work like this as well. So some of these antioxidant nutrients are vitamin A, C, E, the minerals zinc and selenium, also bilberry, grapeseed, ginger, and green tea. Vitamin C also supports collagen production, important for healthy joints. And for stress and sleep supports, of course, with naturopaths, they support the whole person, as I discussed in my first webinar. So it's not just about zooming in on the disease process, it's about supporting your mental and emotional and health and well-being. So magnesium is a really important mineral for muscle relaxation, especially those under stress. If you're having trouble sleeping, you get relief from cramps and twitches because the magnesium, your muscles can contract without magnesium, but they can't physically relax without magnesium. Also for those who have nerve and muscle pain, that can be associated with osteo, and it can be another factor in the whole cascade. This is very important, and the more pain someone's in, the more magnesium they need. It reduces something called substance P, which is increased with pain. So it's not in our soils as well, so it's really hard to get good levels, but it does over 300 enzymatic reactions in the body. Vitamin B complex supports energy, healthy nerves, reduces stress and good mood. Best to take with food in the morning as they can be energizing, so don't take B vitamins before bedtime. Ashwagandha is an adaptogen Ayurvedic herb, and it helps to calm those under stress and regulates stress hormone. It helps the body adapt to stresses as well. Stress and sleep support, so meditation can be very important in soothing and doing breathing exercises. So you can search on YouTube for some ideas. Therapeutic massage helps to improve circulation, toxin removal, relax muscles, and improve well-being. Herbs to help relax and sleep are lavender, lemon balm, hops, passion flower, and valerian. There's also creams, balms, and essential oils that can help bring relief to joints, such as wintergreen menthol magnesium, helps with circulation and relieving pain, plus helps with any cramps. Tiger balm, arnica, ginger, herb basil, capsicum from capsicum. Cold compress to reduce acute swelling, hot compress to relieve aches and pains, warm baths to hot baths, soaking for 15 minutes with a handful of Epsom salts and a few drops of anti-inflammatory essential oils such as lavender and chamomile can be helpful. Please note these guidelines are for general information only. It is important to see your healthcare professional or an integrated practitioner so they can assess your case and ensure no interactions with your medications. Thanks everyone. See you next time.